set up well. Sorry if that just froze. My washing machine is going crazy in the back, so I'm sorry. But welcome back after a super long hiatus. We'll get started and I'll explain what's going on. Obviously my hair is short now, so that's probably like the biggest change. But yeah, as long as you can see me, we'll get started. I've had a lot of new followers in the past few days, so if this is your first time, this is a time to help your art dreams come true. If you need a certain pose, I can do it for you here. You can ask me questions about life or modeling or whatever. Or we can just hang out and all pose. Trevor says good morning. Good morning. It feels like morning here because the days are so long. And Sarah says hello. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm happy to be back. The last time I tried to do this, I had kind of a technical difficulty, and without warning, I couldn't tell anyone that I wasn't gonna show. Let me make sure this lighting's good. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so we'll get started here. The way I run these sessions is I do a pose for some amount of time. I always say it's going to be like a minute, but then I think I end up holding it for like 3 because I don't really count down. It's kind of just as I feel. If you want it longer, you can put it in the chat and say you want it longer. Otherwise, we move on. You can always come back to it. You can screenshot, or these videos are posted within 24 hours, and then you'll have access to them forever. So yeah, anyway, things have just been happening. I don't know. The days have been passing really fast. I got back from Portugal, and I did a couple posing sessions after that. And then just recently I had strep throat, which I hear is happening a lot in America right now, and there's like a shortage of liquid medicine. Or I think it was strep throat. They didn't diagnose me, but I was really, really sick with all the symptoms for about a week. Finally, I went to the hospital, and then the day after I was healed, and I didn't even get any of the medications they prescribed me. And now Gregory, my boyfriend, is feeling it too. So, a little bit of illness and then just a little bit of hecticness. I've been a little dismayed because TikTok seems to have murdered my account, but that's okay because we have Instagram. The only problem is Instagram doesn't pay me, and since I still can't work in Spain, the very little amount of money I made from TikTok was something I relied on. So it's been a little hard to make content, but I do feel reinvigorated. I'm working on stuff for Gregory now too, so we'll get his stuff out soon. But yeah, things will really, really go great once school's over, which is only 2 more weeks. And then I'm free for the next 6 months in Barcelona pretty much. So all my focus will be here. And then if you have me on Patreon, I decided to put more effort into my Patreon because I think I have a really great community of people there. So sometimes I think that I, leave them in the dust when I shouldn't because they've committed to me, so I should commit to them. So Patreon's my priority, YouTube's my priority, and Instagram I hope will just keep rising. I put some good reels out, and so that's why people came out of nowhere. But I appreciate it. Also, again, sorry for my washing machine screaming. It does that, and in a big studio, open lofted apartment, sound travels. Okay. I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Check and see if anyone says anything. We've got 4 people here. Hey. Hello, Strup's going around here big time. What happened to your TikTok? Sorry, I probably don't need this heater anymore, but I'm such a baby. I pretty much always model with one, just because I really like hot temperatures. Let's do this. Okay, this is the pose. TikTok had a change in algorithm recently, and that is it's prioritizing 60-second or longer videos and creator voices. So like whoever speaks to the camera and it's their own original audio. So it's not pushing out trends anymore, anything. It's doing really episodic type work because it's trying to compete with like Netflix and stuff. And that's clear in the case of like the TikTok Ring they developed, which is basically a remote where you can scan through TikToks endlessly instead of like having to have your phone in your hand. You can have it in your kitchen while you're cooking, and your Ring can give you an endless stream of videos, right? So that's just not my style of videos, and you know, I provide 5 or 6 poses in the 20-second long video with music over it, and I think that's part of what's not doing well, which really sucks. And I tried to do some where I was like talking to the camera and interacting more, but it's just not for me. I was awkward, my content didn't really align anymore. So it was strange. I felt uncomfortable doing it. I felt uncomfortable putting it out, you know? And then the other thing is I had several banned videos in a row. Stupid, I don't know why. I think like when I was showcasing some drawings in a video, I didn't blur out a boob well enough, and there was one where I filmed a little piece of art, well actually a huge piece of art that was on a stage for an opera that I went to see, and it had a nude woman painted, like slicing a guy's head off. And that one got banned, and then there was another one that got banned, so I had several in a row, and honestly I'm lucky my account didn't get shut down, but the way TikTok works is it'll clock how many banned videos you get within a certain time frame, and if you surpass, I don't know, let's say it's 5 videos in 30 days, then your account gets deleted, but if you get 3 in 30 days, then your count resets after those 30 days, or they count less in 180 days, or something like that. It's a little complex, but I think between the change in the algorithm and the fact that I had several banned videos in a row really screwed me, and I cannot resurrect myself. So, you know, I'm posting and pretending that I don't see that I get like 1,000 views when I used to get, you know, 500,000. But yeah, it was pretty dismaying, and most of my videos on Instagram are copied from my TikTok, and TikTok's honestly just a better platform to make them on. Instagram gives me a lot of problems, so I can't make original videos on Instagram. So it's just been kind of this like hectic, what do I do? Where's my content at? What's, you know, gonna push me forward? So yeah, that's all. That's all that happened, and I was asking you guys at the end of live streams a couple times to like go and give some love to my TikTok, and I thought it would really help push me back into the regular stream, but it didn't. So I'm not gonna ask for help. I'm just gonna post and hope something blows up in my favor again, and yeah. It's funny though, I never consider myself like a funny person. I don't think I'm humorous. I don't tell jokes, right? I love to laugh, but I'm never like, I don't know, I'm never the center of attention that would like make someone laugh or make a group laugh. And funny videos do best, and the 2 funny videos I've put out have gotten like 3 or 5 million views, but they were so rare and so lucky And so I'm like searching my head trying to figure out how to be funny, but I don't think it's gonna come. But all good. Okay, I'm gonna break pose in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna check this on. 7 people. Hi, everyone. I'm posing a lot with the stick right now. The staff. I'm actually gonna turn off the heater too. I don't need it. It's almost 80 degrees today in Barcelona, so. Okay. Does this work? I don't want the staff in front of my leg. Anyway, yeah, Gregory had 2 weeks of break these last 2 weeks. This week started his spring semester at the Barcelona Academy of Art. He's got a new model for his, is it a half life-size full figure, Gregory?
What?
Is your current model a half-size figure?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing a half life-size figure pose of a man named Mamadou, and apparently the pose is really cool. The sculpture on day 2 is looking amazing so far. So, semester's off to a good point, or a good start, I guess. And then he spends the afternoons and evenings working on his digital sculpting and game development, which is what I'm going to start putting content out for, because hopefully, once his game is finished and published, we'll have racked up enough people and interested who will then want to buy it and see what he made, and hopefully enough to buy it that we can use the materials towards building a second game or doing some more clay sculpture. Who knows? Some sort of sculpture. Either way, whoever buys the game, more sculptures being made one way or another. So yeah, that's what we have been up to. We also had a cockroach problem in our apartment, which sucked. And Gregory had thought a long time ago, many months ago, that they were coming from underneath the dais. So I was like freaked out to model because I just figured that they were living under here. But we think we actually pinned them down to our microwave, and so then we threw out our microwave and had an extermination couple of days in the house too. So, you know, life has been happening. On the good side, we ended up buying cheap Facebook Marketplace bikes because tourism is starting to arrive in full speed ahead in Barcelona, and you know, pickpocketing has always been really bad here, but it's the buses and all the public transportation, the metro, have started doing announcements saying like, watch your belongings, there's pickpockets, in several languages, not just English, Catalan, Spanish, but like Japanese and other languages I can't recognize. So we figured that we would be safer on bikes, plus bikes are awesome. Especially after I got my purse taken on the way to Portugal. So that's good. The city feels wonderful and I feel very free on a bike. So that's good. But yeah, lots has been going on here. I have still been posing, but I've been doing a lot of posing for Gregory in preparation for this semester, so I've been giving him like a 1-hour pose every night, which has been fun. But I feel like such a bad model when I'm posing for him because I can watch him and see when he's looking at me versus the paper, so then I'll always drop the pose and then get back in it like every 5 seconds. instead of just committing to the pose. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna do one more while I swear this dais gets more uncomfortable every time I get on it. I'm gonna do one more while I'm thinking about it, and then I will check for any pose requests. Should I have my legs out? Will that be more interesting? I think so. Bless you. See, we're a little sick in this house. It's okay though. Oh, this kind of looks like a spear. That's not my intention. Sorry. Can you see me well enough?
Yeah.
That, not you, Gregory. Oh wait, are you on Fate live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you drawing me up there?
No, I was just checking it out.
Okay, this is the pose then. I have a secret to reveal to everyone, and that is when I first started doing the live streams. Not the YouTube ones, but the Instagram and TikTok ones. I would have Gregory on in the other room just in case no one showed up. So it looked like at least one person was there. Yeah, in all the chaos of the last month or so, I didn't actually put out my March YouTube video, and I promised one a month, which is a pretty low standard to hold myself to. So I'm gonna put out 2 this month. I'm gonna film one later this week, and then another one a little later, in like another week, and have a week difference between them. I've had so many ideas written down, and I'm so excited about them all that it's like hard to choose. But also like people are always asking me, my biggest question is how to model. And my first video was a pretty topical answer to a lot of the basic questions about modeling. But I feel like I really need to go in depth because I want to talk about so many things, but they're all just kind of related to figure modeling. But I feel like the people who are in need of a long form video from me are ones looking to become models, or what to expect, or how to behave and be professional, or how to set boundaries and be comfortable, you know? So I have to make that decision. Oh, I did have an awesome discovery the other day though. Gregory and I were walking through a market on Easter last Sunday, and at the end of the market we saw the cemetery, which we've seen the backside of it before, but we found the entrance to it. And as artists, if you guys have never walked through a cemetery, please do it. We could not believe the beautiful art that we saw. It's now our favorite place in Barcelona. There's amazing sculpture and architecture, and it's just tranquil, and everyone is there for, no one's there to be messy or disrespectful. They're there to either pay their respects or send love or to visit, and so the vibes feel great, the art is amazing. I highly recommend. I was just in love with everything I saw, and especially in Barcelona, it just felt more Catalonian than any other place we've actually been in Barcelona, because it's like the truest representation of its people throughout history. So it was really cool. You should look up cemeteries in your area and go to one. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay. Let me know if you have any pose requests, and I'll keep going. And I'm gonna swap the lights that I have on. I'm just gonna do one side, but I'm gonna put on the bigger one. Okay. I really feel like using the staff today, so that's what's going on. Oh, I thought this was tall. I want to do something with both hands behind my head. This might be too tall, but that's okay. I'm gonna look at the comments real quick. These are great poses. Thank you. Thanks. I like these poses. You're welcome. My pleasure. As I was falling asleep last night, I was like, I knew what I wanted to do. Poses with the broomstick, but staff, Let's see, how can I hold this stable? Okay. This is the pose. Gregory, look at this pose.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's cool, right?
I want to sculpt that.
If I could hold this for 60 hours, I would, but I don't know. I would need to suspend my arms from above, not have them balance on something from below.
That looks really hard.
It's good though. Yeah, I love draws that have like rope hanging from the ceiling. There was one draw at a university that had like I don't know, just a metal bar, like an acrobatics bar hanging. Because it's nice to have something to hold on to. I never did much with the metal bar at that one university draw, but they told me that this other model hung upside down, like from her knees, as if she was like a kid on a playground and she did an upside down pose. Isn't that insane? How could the blood like not rush to her head in 30 seconds? Hopefully it was only like a 2-minute pose, but yeah. It's crazy. Also, I'm pretty shameless. Like, I love to come up with crazy poses, and I like to do a bridge or like something like yoga. But there's some things you just don't want to do when you're nude, And I don't know if I'd want to hang upside down from a bar while I'm nude. There's some poses I do from like yoga or Pilates class. And the other day I was in Pilates and we were doing a pose that I always do when I'm modeling, which is like the candlestick pose, in yoga. and a woman in class farted. And now I'm horrified. I'm so scared that's gonna happen to me because I honestly was like, was that me? But it wasn't. Um, but I'm scared to do it when I'm model now because I'm scared I'm gonna be like her. I probably shouldn't be exposing her. Poor woman. She was so embarrassed. But the class laughed at her, so I mean, what better reaction could you have? Okay, I have to break this one early. I'm sorry. I'm gonna break in 3, 2, 1. Okay, my armor rest for a sec. Maybe I'll put my leg up. Yeah, another thing about TikTok versus Instagram, TikTok has more of like, since it's a younger demographic, sometimes it's got more of like a PC culture type vibe, which is totally fine, but it can be like scary to say the wrong thing or like you didn't know it was wrong until everyone's mad at you. But then Instagram has just a way more diverse demographic, and so then you get like I know everyone on my TikTok is an artist, like a young student artist, but like Instagram, I've recently got followings of like random men, and I'm like, I know you're not an artist. Where are you coming from? And so I've had to do a little more cleaning out on, this is a pose, on actually, yeah, this is a pose. I've had to do a little more cleaning out and like blocking people on Instagram, and also people in a not politically correct way, but just a really kind of rude, opinionated way, say some like meaner stuff on my videos. So it's like every platform has its own scariness to it. And also, when I post on Instagram, it automatically posts on TikTok too, and so I accumulate more views because it's, you know, they combine the views between Facebook and Instagram. And like Facebook's a whole other world too, you know? So the only reason I even have a Facebook page for my modeling is because a lot of the websites I use to try and get some money or some deals with brands require you to have a Facebook page. Also, to those who celebrate, I hope you had a nice Easter. Maybe got to see some family or eat some chocolate. Gregory and I on Easter, besides going to the cemetery, had some doner kebab, which was awesome. And yeah, that was our day. We also bought a $1 succulent to try and liven up the apartment. Actually, it's just because I've got like basically a red thumb, the opposite of a green thumb. I kill everything, every plant, even succulents. I just murder them, which sucks because my favorite flower is expensive. It's an orchid, and you know they're picky, but they're technically not that hard to take care of because they don't need daily attention. And I even kill those, which is really sad because I always want them, but poor things are just gonna be murdered. Now I'm having this train of thought of what would be the hardest plant to kill. A cactus maybe, because it can survive so long without water. Or, I don't know, but then I got on the train of thought of what is the hardest animal to kill. Not in terms of like, it would fight back or it's really brutal or strong, but what could last the longest without food or water? Would it also be like a camel? All desert related species? Probably, right? Because they have so little access to water. And I guess I'm not even thinking about animals in the ocean now. Anyway, when people wonder what I think about while I'm modeling, it's normally weird trains of thought like this. Okay, I'm gonna break pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I hope you all drew that without the stool so it looked like I could hold my leg up like that perfectly for that long. Hi, good to see you again. You too. Can we have a quick 360 pose? Can we do something more close up and heavier in shadow? Yeah, I will do a really quick 360 and then we will do maybe just from the thighs up, and I'll try to do something interesting with my arms. But we'll do a quick 360. I'll hold these really fast. I always say I'm gonna be fast, but I'm gonna be really fast this time. Let me just pick I'm gonna do something simple like this. Okay. This is the first of 8 iterations, I believe. Okay, I'm turning. 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 Okay, and let me see if this was the same. Yeah, it looks like it was. I just need to see it from the front. I'll hold this for a minute in case anyone wants to draw it just from the front. I'm thinking about how useful those turntables are. But it's such a hard decision because I don't want to accumulate stuff in Spain because we're gonna have to move it all home. But also this is the best studio space I'm gonna have for probably a long time. Because I don't know how many of you have been with me since the beginning when I started my account in August, but at that time I was using my university's drawing studio, which was a great and wonderful place, but we had some control over the lights. We didn't have a clean background like this. You know, it was the dais was a 360-degree dais with, you know, trash all over the room everywhere. You know, not trash, but it's a typical like messy art room. And we had to travel to it like a half an hour almost. So it's almost worth buying the turntable to record the videos here in such a perfect spot, literally built by Gregory for me in this exact vision that I wanted. But also, we've accumulated so much shiza. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose. Actually, I'll hold it for a little bit longer, just in case people are using it. Okay. I don't know when to stop it, because I'll just hold. Oh, also last week I had a family meeting, which is something that my family does quarterly because we have a big property that we all maintain together, and so we need to like make decisions together. But anyway, the meeting was like 8 hours long, and so I couldn't model on Saturday either. Okay, I will officially break pose in 3, 2, 1. And I will bring the camera closer. Sorry, I hope that was, okay, he said perfect. And I have to, what's the best way to use this light? I might change out the lights real quick. This one's smaller, so I've just got a little more control over it. I just kind of blinded myself with it. And sorry, I'm just gonna figure out how to arrange the tripod real quick. It's all trial and error. I'm gonna extend it one more. This is probably so strange to watch from your end. I was doing live streams this weekend with this gym trainer that I usually go to, and it was her first time doing live stream, and I have to be honest, I don't really watch a lot of live streams, even though I do so many. And so I saw her just like fumbling with it, and I realized that that must be how I look all the time, fumbling with the camera, trying to get things right. Okay. Let's see if I can, is this shadow a little better? I don't know if I can control it much more than this. Heavier and excellent shadows, okay. And since we're waist up, maybe fix one more thing, and then I think we're good. Can you get closer to the camera? The shadows look darker and a lot better. Yeah, I just don't want to cut myself off. I might need to sit, which means you'll only get here. Sorry, I know this is taking a minute to set up. I hope it'll be worth it. Because the only way the thing can reach is if I can get this close, is if I sit. I don't know if I like it. What about something here? Okay. I don't want my elbow to be cut off, but I'm running out of space. Okay. Let's go with this. Sorry, my elbow's a little cut. Oh God, this is changing, isn't it? I'm not happy with this pose because I can't grasp everything I want. That's okay. We have room for more. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Try to build a little bit better of one. I'm gonna do something a little different. Okay. This way. I don't necessarily want this to be portrait yet. Let's do portrait with your new haircut. We will. I'm just trying to get something that has some semblance of okay. Let's do something here. I'm gonna try and flex my collarbone. My head, something's proportionally wrong because my head is not this small compared to my body. I don't know why it looks like that. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I can't find the spot. Gregory?
Yeah.
Will you look on the live stream and tell me what it looks like, please? Is there anything interesting? I can't see.
It's really good, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
So leave it?
Yeah.
Are there any dark shadows?
Yeah. Why?
'Cause some more dramatic lighting and some stronger shadows were requested.
Yes.
Okay. Does my body look disproportionate?
No.
Oh, okay.
If they want dramatic shadows, maybe they mean... Do you have both lights on right now?
No, I only have one on and it's tilted like 45 degrees away from me.
Okay.
I have the small one on.
I'm gonna turn off all other lights.
Gary's turning off our house lights, so we'll see. But anyway, this is the pose. But don't commit to shadows yet.
Okay, I think that's more like what they meant by dramatic.
Oh my god, it's so dark in here now.
Yeah, they look more dramatic now.
Stronger?
Yeah.
Darker?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I really feel like I'm in the spotlight now. I've worked in the theater for several years. I actually studied technical theater, and I've never acted before. I've never had any interest. I just love live performance in all forms, and I love technology, so it's like a perfect marriage of arts and entertainment and performance, but also not being on stage and building it and being in charge, which are things that I very much like. And anyway, this must be how all my actors feel, looking out into a blackened theater with just bright lights on them. This is my first taste of the spotlight I've ever had. Let me know in the comments if you want to hold this pose until the end or do one more like 5 minute or so pose, portrait pose. One more portrait. Okay, we'll do that in a minute and a half. Okay, change. Okay, and do this. I just created an awesome new way to do portraits. I'm sitting on the bench and I am using the staff as a lever so I can pull my weight against it, but it's bouncing itself contrary through the bench, and I'm holding it with my legs. So this is awesome. I can lean back, lean my neck and everything way more. I feel very smart. Oh, Sarah, if you're still here, because you live in the Basque country, you might be interested to know. I'm watching Patria right now. If you know, it was a book, but it's also an HBO series. And I want to read the book, but it's like 600 pages and in Spanish, and my Spanish isn't high enough yet. I can barely read Harry Potter. But I'm watching the show, and so, thinking of you and your land. I feel like my right eye keeps getting more hidden in the darkness. I'm not trying to change it, I promise. Okay, I'm gonna break pose in 3, 2, 1. You might have to go back on the live stream on that one and find when my eyes got like the perfect triangle of light underneath it instead of in total darkness. Anyway, thanks for attending, especially after a month off. Sorry if things seemed weird on my end, but I'll be back on Friday. Sarah, I saw you just said something. Oh, that's so cool. I haven't read the book or seen the film, but it's very successful. Are you liking it? Yes, I am. It's phenomenal. I'm obsessed with País Vasco, and so anything about it is cool, and it's also cool to learn about that time in history. I had a lot of fun posing with everyone tonight, though. Thanks for the suggestions. As always, I love to see your art. I will see you here on Friday. Otherwise, on Instagram, maybe. And yeah, well wishes. And I am having a hard time saying goodbye, but goodbye.